Hello, everybody, and welcome to OpenExO Live. It's really great to be with you. Evening for me and evening for our guest as well, who is Beatrice Barbazzeni, who's calling in from Germany. And as you can see on the screen there, we have some amazing community members that are coming up in the next couple of weeks. So before we get Beatrice up on stage, I did get a few community members just to share a little bit about Beatrice. And the first comment here comes from Miguel, and he just said, once you talk to Beatrice, you'll notice that she is clearly on the right path. She is currently underpinning her knowledge with the PhD, no small feat. She is smart, curious, and most important of all, she is open to listening to new perspectives and insights, a clear recipe for success. Don't forget to keep an eye on her. She might become one of the big references in healthcare, biotechnology, and genetics. Keep it up. We then have from Lisa, Beatrice is a prolific writer and researcher. She's an active contributor to EXO Insight, where her articles range from neuroscience, technology, gene editing, to innovation and leadership. If you're not familiar with her work, I highly recommend you check it out. Beatrice is also a talented artist. She's smart, inquisitive, and has been a pleasure to work with. I look forward to reading more of her inspiring and thought-provoking articles. And then lastly, from Michael, he said, you want someone that says yes, a person with a positive learning and doer attitude, but still someone that has a clear opinion and communicates that. Well, Beatrice is one of those rare and precious individuals who is also an incredibly quick learner and hard worker. But now that I've said it, everyone knows, unfortunately for me. I am absolutely certain that Beatrice will impact the world and the EXO community positively. She has already shown in the last months. Great work, Beatrice, and stay connected to your professor, mentor, and friend. So, without further ado, welcome, Beatrice. How are you doing this evening?
Hi, everyone. Hi, Kevin. Thank you so much for this great opportunity. It's really a pleasure to be here today and to read those is amazing. I didn't expect that. Thank you so much.
It's an absolute pleasure, and I always do that little bit of a surprise. And so we always start off OpenExO Live asking you to share a little bit about yourself. Tell us about Beatrice and how you came to join the OpenExO community.
Yes. So, as you know, I'm Beatrice and I come from Italy. So, basically, my journey started in Italy, where I studied at the University of Padova, where I did my bachelor, my master. After that, I moved to south of Germany in Tübingen, where I finished my master in neuroscience and I joined several research collaboration and internship. And after that, I moved to Magdeburg, here again in Germany, and I'm currently doing my PhD in neuroscience. So I actually joined the OpenExO community last year, so I'm very new to the community because I attended a series of lecture that were promoted by Professor Michael Frebe in Health Tech Innovation Design. And these lectures that were mostly for biomedical engineer students and medical students were aimed to teach a futuristic view of healthcare, implementing innovative methods and technologies to promote innovation in healthcare. So one requirement to attend the lecture was to join the OpenExO community and to start with the foundations and certificate to have some basic knowledge about EXO. And after that, my journey continued with the EXO Insight. I got even more involved in the community. I discovered even more what is EXO and everything in the community. I was so curious to learn, to know more. Still I am, of course. And then also I attended the course for the consultant certification due to my research collaboration with the Professor Frebe. And yeah, here I am today.
That is really, really awesome. And In fact, Lisa is there over on LinkedIn. She's shared the link to all the articles that come from you. But we'll speak about that a little bit later. Another question I always like to ask people right early up front is about your massive transformative purpose. Obviously, it's something that perhaps you knew about before, but one thing that in the OpenExO community is so important for us. So can you tell us a little bit about what your MTP is?
Yes, so empower inner potential that lead to the growth of exponential winners. So when I start to think about my MTP, I first look to myself and which are my skills and which are my values, what I really believe. So starting from this value, from loyalty, discipline, perseverance, and grit, that are, I think, those characteristics that belongs to me really a lot. Yes, my aim was basically to start from this value to help people to achieve their goals or to set smart goals and to look to their self, because each of us is unique, has unique resources, and we should look to ourselves to discover this potential that is really personal to us to achieve our goals. And everyone can have different goals in life. So helping them to really believe in themselves, to find this inner potential, helping them to really work hard for that, and achieve those goals, and to become winners of their own life. So basically, I would like to, inspire them with my personal experience or my skills that I developed through my journey, through my life, and helping them to set these smart goals and to achieve them. So basically, this is a little summary of what my MTP basically is.
Awesome. That's really great. It ties quite closely to mine, which is about unlocking human potential. I think you've probably also seen how pretty much everyone can be that sort of winner, right, out there, and being able to help people with that is really awesome. And before we came live on air, we were speaking a little bit about the fact that during COVID, it's been quite tough on your PhD with some of the work you're doing, and you've really sort of dived in a bit into EXO Insight and writing for that. Can you share a little bit about how that experience has actually been? And I know you've written on a diverse number of topics. I'm not going to ask you to recite any of what you've written, because you've written a lot.
Yes, thank you. So as you mentioned, I try to cover several topics. Basically, what we do as a writer inside, everyone is expert of different subjects. So having a degree in neuroscience as now also my PhD. My topics are mostly related to med tech, innovation, healthcare, now also leadership, the latest series that is now out. I try to really take my major, let's say, expertise and to find out what is most interesting for the community to know more, especially about now that we are Industry 4.0, digital transformation. So what will be next? How can we forecast the future? And I try to release magic pills, about what can be the future and how many potential is there for us, how many possibilities, and I see that we have ahead of us a very promising future. So I try to share this knowledge or make our community or the entire world aware that we have a huge potential and we need to use it.
Absolutely. Now, the fact that you are actually, in academia, a lot of the time, we've said within our community, and Salim says it too, that academia is probably, I think Michael Friedman might say this too. It's very, it's got a big immune system. It's perhaps quite analog, not as digital, and so what do you think are maybe the sort of first few things that I mean, academia, but perhaps other organizations should be looking at first in terms of their sort of transformation towards exponential, towards more digital?
Yes, so I always agree what Professor Friebe says, and it's true. So coming from academia and also joining the OpenExO community, I really saw a huge gap. And more I am in the community and more I realize this. So I do agree that academia, although in academia so is where the research starts basically, and there are a lot of big brains, I will say, and a lot of discoveries every day and a lot of hard work. But at the same time, there is still a traditional system behind that has a tendency, that has difficulty to become innovative. So especially related to digital technologies or changing the system itself, the procedure, the methods, this is something that needs to be done to accomplish digital transformation, but also to really apply these new technologies or this new innovation also in science, inside the laboratories and inside the academic system. So one of our publication in collaboration with Professor Priebe was to have also revised education, a new type of education. To educate, in our case, was related to healthcare professional, but this could be extended to each field of science and technologies, and a type of education that is somehow interdisciplinary. So you have your major subject, but at the same time you need to accomplish new skills, and these new skills are needed to face 21st century challenges. Today, learning more about technologies, and try to really be more to collaborate with the different teams that have a different knowledge, different expertise, and together achieve innovative goals and rising innovation.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, you mentioned healthcare, and of course, I mean your PhD is in neuroscience, and the paper you spoke about with Michael Friebe, which essentially looks at education of healthcare professionals. Ultimately, the future where healthcare professionals will be augmented by AI and all sorts of other machine learning as well is pretty much here already. A lot of people might say, "Oh, that's a future," but it's actually here already. How do you see that actually being more mainstream, right? Because there does seem to be definitely like an immune response where perhaps a lot of physicians say, well, I don't need an AI to help me. I think we're not that many years away of that becoming like the law, that you need to have that. Maybe. What are your thoughts around that?
Well, I think there is a lot of fear for changes and lack of trust. Lack of trust in something that is new, is something that is exponential. Because now, when we apply, for example, EXO attributes, it's because we want to have an exponential growth, not incremental. And what is exponential is something that we can fear, because we don't know what would be next in such a big, great change, right? So with maybe, staying in a traditional system is like, I do what I know, and so far did work, so probably it's fine. But if we want to make something innovative, this means that, for example, in business, we need to change the business model, right? To make something different. Otherwise, there is no change. And this is, I think, the main problem. I think is fear and lack of maybe trust, and probably really awareness how to use these technologies. So that reminds again to a revised education that helps you to have expertise on different subjects, to make you more comfortable, and to, open a bit your horizons to new things, or either teaching new set of skills that are more like soft skills, and creative thinking, more problem solving, more collaboration, be more curious, beside literacy, because literacy is important, but there are also many other skills that are important to be acquired.
Absolutely. And we actually have some comments here. One coming in from Giovanni, where he's just saying it's a kind of art to find the balance between tradition and the same time look at it as a product that can be reinvented from exponential technology. So there is like this sort of art. And then Nikki was just saying, we've talked about the brain plasticity of paraplegics while promoting Kieran and his exoskeleton. We have a new member who was recently paralyzed. What would you suggest he ask of his doctors to optimize his chance of regeneration? Wow, that's quite a lot to ask, but what do you think there, Beatrice?
Really, I think it's a question that needs a long answer. At least I need to think to give a smart answer about it. But definitely, I had the chance to talk with Nikki about the topic, about the exoskeleton so the MVP that I developed with my team. We actually have all the technologies, right? And potentially all the answer to solve these new healthcare problems. But there is still this traditional system that has difficulty to adopt these new technologies to solve currently the problem, or they try to go around the problem. So I think, there is a problem of how to change the mindset and how to use new instruments, or to apply new perspectives, new it's not just think out of the box. It's really to change the system from the inside, from the outside, and that's why I found also doing my certificates programs, the use of the EXO canvas, how useful it is to restructure a business model, to really look and think differently, to have a design thinking approach, and to apply different attributes to solve a problem in another way, and to find a different marketplace as well, where there's no competition. We're just trying to create something new, and that's where innovation comes, I think. But we have to be a bit more, be more brave, and try really to go outside the same routine, the same habits, or what did work so far. Because it did work until today, but doesn't mean that tomorrow is still what we need, or we have new problems to solve, right? And new problems sometimes needs new solutions. And to solve new things, at least as I learned during my PhD, is a problem every day. And every day you need to be creative, to take a problem and to try to find a different solution to that problem. And if this first solution doesn't work, well, we can develop 1,000 more. Just need really to be more flexible and creativity. I think is really important, that to allow ourselves to be creative, and don't be afraid of failing first, because failure, is a process, right? So if you don't fail, we cannot even learn, and learning is one of the best things that humans have, and also animals, but humans are a bit smarter. We have more neural connections, so so I think this is the first answer I can give, but there are many thousand answers I could have gave, and better maybe answer, but I think this is a summary of what I think about this.
No, absolutely. And it's interesting how you say, you know, I mean, that failure is so important, right? I think I've said this quote on OpenExO Live before, which comes from Elon Musk, where he says a lot of education puts like a mental straitjacket on a lot of people, right? Where you only think in one way, and you therefore don't want to fail, because a lot of education says, here's the question and you must provide the right answer, but maybe the question's the wrong question, which definitely is something that when you do a PhD, you cover a lot, right? But many people in our society aren't doing that. So now I did want to just also cover you of course, you know, doing a number of things, and as we spoke about beforehand, and now, you know, you know, you've said you're doing many things so that you can broaden that knowledge and make sure that, yeah, you might fail in some of the things, but that's a good thing, right? So can you just share, you know, some of the things that you're busy with right now?
Project that I'm doing right now. So I have a list. No, I'm joking. Well, of course, I have my PhD. So this is my major activity, my daily activity. So yeah, I have my main topic, my main thesis. So my basically topic is applying neurofeedback training to improve working memory in healthy volunteers. And after that, I extended this method to develop a method, a novel method to treat dysfunctional brain oscillation in preclinical Alzheimer's disease. So this is basically my major topic for my PhD. Besides, I have several collaborations with Professor Friebe on health tech innovation, revised education. We had recently also a project with Siemens Healthineers, again related to healthcare, and then I have the OpenExO, the EXO Insight, where I am very active writer, so I'm pretty busy with that and finding interesting topic. Now, as you know, there is the Leadership 4.0 series, and yeah, I have said that maybe I will do 3-4 articles, but I'm writing a bit more. So yeah, you will be busy as well in reading those. And yeah, so far this is the main activities I am busy with. But I'm always a person that likes to join every time new things. I'm really always open to catch all the opportunities that are available, join them, enjoy them as well. And so it might be that next week I have 2 more collaboration with 2 new projects that I'm always happy, you know, to take part. And yes.
Awesome. And well, in fact, if you go into the OpenExO platform and check out the marketplace as well as the announcements today, we have announced the start of a quest for education in Latin America, which is quite exciting. So it's going to be an initiative to look at, you know, what should the future of education look like, together with an organization called Latin Leap. So there's always new things happening within the OpenExO community, of course. And just like that, Beatrice, our time has come to an end. And so as we end off today's OpenExO Live, what is it that you'd like to share with the folks that are watching this live, as well as those that are watching the recording?
Well, first of all, I thank you all for being here in this live today. I'm very, very happy about that. What I can say? Well, there are always 1,000 things I would like to say and to share with the community. Well, now you know me officially. And yeah, I will just say that I'm always happy to collaborate with you, all of you. I'm always in for any type of projects. And also related to my personal MTP, I always try to push people in believing themselves. and in finding their own flame, and follow your, I don't want to say dreams, but I want to say really your goal, what you really believe. And no matter what, try to work hard on that. Fail as much as you want, but learn from those and go straight, take what you want, and be really the winner of your life and be unique in that, using your own personal inner potential. Yes, this is what I want to say. So,
Awesome. Well, Beatrice, it's been fantastic to actually meet you for the first time. I guess this is how we meet in this day and age. So it was really great to actually chat with you, meet you, and looking forward to seeing everything that that happens within the community. Thanks so much for joining us.
thank you so much. Really, it was a great pleasure and opportunity. Thank you.
Bye-bye. So that was Beatrice Barbazzeni. Great chatting to her. Do go and check out the EXO Insights, where Beatrice has written a number of articles. We really enjoyed that. That was so awesome today. And remember, we'll be back next week with a call coming in from the Philippines. So do join us next week.